On Thursday, December 2nd, Sepp Blatter announced the winners of the 2018-2022 World Cup. For 2018, I was hoping for Spain-Portugal. That went to Russia. I'll live. 2022 was America's year. The USA was supposed to get with a strong bid. And then this happened.
The winner to organize the 2022 FIFA World Cup is Qatar.
This is my video response on why Qatar is an awful pick for FIFA 2022 World Cup. South Africa is the first host country to not make it through the knockout stages. They have a fairly talented team. Stephen Pienaar plays for Everton, won the MVP. Shabalala scored the first goal in the World Cup, which was a scorcher. He plays in the South African League. He won the South African Football Association MVP this past year. South Africa has a fairly talented team. They just didn't make it to the first round. Currently, Qatar is ranked 113th in the world. You don't believe me? Watch this.
자, 그리고 교체 투입해 들어온 파드 선수인데요. 골키퍼 다리 사이 빠졌군요. 문은 열려 있습니다. 문은 열려 있는데요. 여기서 왼발 슈팅, 골포스트 맞고 튀어나온 볼. 다시 한번 뒷공간 왼발 슛! 믿기지 않는 파드 선수가 결정적인 이 기회, 아무도 없는 무인지경, 이것을 왼발.
May, before the World Cup, South Africa was ranked 66th in the world. Qatar has 12 years to prepare, but with a population of 1.4 million people, how high can they go in the rank? Are you expecting a top 50 team? I'll take top 75 at this point. All their players who will be in the World Cup between 22, 28, 30 are already 10 to 18 years old. You can't grow talent in that much time. I fear that there will be a complete disaster and lose very poorly in all their games. Qatar hosts the 2011 Asian Cup. If they can't make it through the knockout stages against countries like United Arab Emirates, Iraq, other lower-run countries, they have no chance in 12 years. By no means do I consider myself an expert in the World Cup, but I was in the last World Cup. I was in 5 different games, 5 different cities. I booked my hotels way in advance, and I ended up paying 3 to 4 times the peak prices that are normally paid. South Africa, spread out. Lots of cities, lots of hotels. The demand could be dispersed through all these cities. Qatar, you have a country the size of Connecticut. Hundreds of thousands of people rushing into the cities. What's gonna happen? You're not gonna have enough hotels for all these people. The demand will go very high, prices will be exuberant. They do have fancy ones, but I can't afford it. One of my biggest concerns is stadium capacity. That was a big problem in South Africa that they overcame with the masses that they had that love soccer. In Qatar, I think that will be an enormous problem. I was at the South Korea-Uruguay round of 16 game in Port Elizabeth. You would not believe how empty the stadium was. They were even handing out free tickets at the front of the stadium, and the capacity was only about 60%. Now, this is a city that has over 1 million people just for this area. And they couldn't fill the stadium of 35, 40,000 seats. What will happen in Qatar? They won't have enough people to fill the stadium. Let's talk about the sport itself. Doha in June is extremely hot. The high is 109. The low is 81 degrees. DohaVisitor.com, it said this about June to September. Unpleasantly hot. Now think about it. How are the athletes going to perform when it's that hot? I've read that they're going to make all the stadiums air conditioned. What about the carbon footprint? How are you going to produce that much electricity to air condition those many stadiums that long? You don't have enough solar power. 12 years technology might advance, but I really doubt that will be the case. Since Qatar will be taking up 1 spot from Asia during this World Cup, that leaves 3 spots available for South Korea, Japan, Australia, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. All of these countries have done well in the past during the World Cup. 2 out of the teams from Asia advance in the round of 16. That is better than Europe and Africa. Qatar will also push propaganda. They will say that it's the Arabian Gulf, when actually it's the Persian Gulf. The United Nations and all the other governing bodies have decided that it is known as the Persian Gulf. Qatar, as an Arab country, will say Arabian Gulf. That's like Texas saying it's the Texas Gulf, or the French saying it's the French Channel, or Pakistan saying it's the Pakistan Ocean. It's not right. It shouldn't be done. Beer! Give us a beer! Yes, Homer, the beer. Qatar is a Muslim country. They don't allow drinking. Hundreds of thousands of people come to your country. Are you going to change your laws and your system just based on that? That's going to piss off a lot of people. Either people who drink alcohol and can't get it at the games, or people who live there and then see alcohol all of a sudden in their land. Or nobody's going to win. All in all, Sepp Blatter, you screwed up on this pick. This will be a disastrous on many fronts. Peace, the thief.